So I'm at the top of the ridge, about to come out to this clearing. There'll be some trash laying around probably, because just up there, there's a dumping ground. Don't know if it's a legal dumping ground, but there's always stuff dumped there. Up at the top of that little part. Anyways, this is the flat open area. It would be kind of awesome to camp right here sometime. Tell that people just threw shit down the hill there. Coming up to the edge of the ridge of the quarry here. That thing's probably pretty well frozen. It's not very deep. I don't know. You can see that's all frozen water. There's the edge of the quarry. And down there is where I was standing when I was trying to point up here as to where I was going. And you can see the other edge of the quarry there. And it's a pretty good view. There's the building that they keep the stuff in for the park now. And there's all kinds of good junk down there. And people had fun throwing them off the cliff. But it's pretty far down. I'd say it's a good 50-60 feet, some parts straight down, and then you'd roll for another 15 feet. So I'm going to put down the camera here, get my lunch started. So I had to take off my coat for a few minutes and my hat and my gloves because it's pretty warm. I'm sweating a little bit. I wanted to cool off. There's my pack. It's an old pack. I used it when I was in Scouts. There's not much in there right now. Just enough for this day hike. I took off my coat. I got this sweater on underneath, which I'll probably take off before I head back. That way I'm not sweating too bad, because even though my phone, I just checked it, says 13 degrees, that sun beating down pretty hard, especially when you're moving around. So I'm gonna get my lunch going here. I'm gonna make lunch. I'm gonna make lunch right here. The cliff is right down there, just not even a foot. But I've always wanted to cook up here. Always wanted to just sit up here for a while. So I was gonna make a pretty good sized meal. Well, not good sized meal, but I was gonna make some rice and some kielbasa sausage and mix it together. I'm gonna make some au gratin rice, but that was because I was gonna have another guy with me. He wasn't able to make it, so I am going to make something else. Get my stove set up here in a level spot. Let's see, that's a little unlevel. Let's see. That should work. But get some fuel to put in there. Put a little extra in there because it's so cold. I don't know how long it's going to take to boil the water. Get my wind straightened out. It's not too windy out here, but it'll at least help focus the heat in on itself. So let me get this lit here. It's lit. Windscreen around there. Get my cup out of there. And the lid for the cup. Some water here. Take off this lid. I marked the inside of this with some marks so that I know how much I'm putting in there, but this thing also has marks so I know how much I need. Get some more from my other bottle here. So, put that on there, get the lid, wait for it to boil. Alright, so right now while this is starting to heat up, it's almost to the boiling point. I'm going to try this thing I got at the dollar store. I don't know if you could read it. It's a self-heating can. It's got this thing on the bottom, you pull it off and you push a button and it's supposed to heat up itself as hot chocolate. It says hot in 3 minutes, so I'm going to try it out. I'm not sure exactly what in there heats it up. It's probably a chemical process separate from what I'm going to drink, hopefully. So let's give that a try. Using both thumbs, it says. Push it. Alright. A little bit of steam came off. It says to shake for 30 seconds. So, and it says sit for 3 minutes, so I'm going to let it sit there. And I'll let you know how it turns out. Okay, so the water's almost there. This thing has been sitting for 3 minutes. It's a little warm on the outside. Let's open it up. See? It smells like hot chocolate. Let's try it. Not very hot. I mean, it is warm. I mean, it may have to do with the fact that it's really cold out here. But I'm not really sure how this thing works. It's almost like there's something else beneath the can that's supposed to heat it up. Not as hot as I hoped, but at least it's warm. And it doesn't taste bad. Let's check the water again. Almost there. Not quite a boil, that it's warm enough to start what I'm going to be making. Like I said, I was going to make a big meal, and I was going to have 2 people, but since it's just me, I'm going to make this. It's ramen, but it's a better style ramen, plus spicy, so it'll keep me nice and warm, or warm me up anyways. Make this at home. It's not too hard, it's just like basic ramen, but a little bit more to it, a little bit higher quality, tastes a little bit better, and usually make it as a soup. So, let me get that started in there. Alright, got it started in there. It's hard to see on this view screen, but I'm sure you can see it in there. It's going to taste really good. I like this stuff anyways. So, get that mixed up. I'm going to put the lid back on. Let it go for a couple minutes to get the noodles nice and soft. Then I'll try it out. Alright, I think that my soup is done. Test the noodles out here. They look nice and soft. Perfect. So, I put on my gloves because it was a little chilly, plus this thing's handle gets kind of warm. So, set that aside for a minute. I'm going to put my stove out. Man, it's so nice and peaceful sitting out here on this ridge. Stir this up again here. Oh, that's perfect. Not a hard meal by any means. Set this stuff aside. And if you'll excuse me while I eat my lunch.